30 years of joyfulness. Hello, good afternoon, and welcome to the Midday News. The news is live on Joy 99.7 and Hits 103.9 FM here in Accra. We are on Love 99.5 FM in Kumasi and on myjoyonline.com. We are also live in all 16 regions of Ghana via various affiliates, live on X Spaces and Facebook. The Midday News is supported by Petrosol Platinum Energy, energizing dreams. Coming up, Ghanaian PhD student on government scholarship in the UK seeks asylum in another country for fear of deportation, as 15 others are on red alert to be deported in the coming days over government's failure to pay their fees.
This gentleman now, he's going to be an overstayer after 23:59 this night. So you can imagine the situation in which he finds himself.
We'll hear how some of them have been struggling to live for 36 months without stipends. Also coming up, Bank of Ghana issues new guidelines on foreign currency movements to strengthen anti-money laundering measures, warning that travelers who fail to declare amounts exceeding $10,000 risk prosecution. We have more in a statement issued by the central bank. Also, busy day at NPP headquarters as flag bearer hopefuls begin filing their nominations ahead of the flag bearer contest in January 2026. In sports,
Well, the Ghana Football Association defends inclusion of Thomas Partey in the Black Star squad despite imminent court hearing.
also in this bulletin, an easy calm in troubled Benjiri in the Savannah region as more residents flee the community for fear of reprisals.
We escort some people there. Yes. How many of you?
We need help. That's why we are here. We want to move to different place. So if it is cool small, so we come back.
We have details as the Inspector General of Police urges chiefs and residents to lay down their arms amid escalating violence. And later, participants at the Joy News Climate Talk series on green cocoa processing, energy efficiency and waste management propose smart farming methods to reduce carbon emissions.
These climate smart cocoa practices involve agroforestry where shade trees are being grown on the farms. Cocoa thrives in mostly the forests, so we have to go hand in hand. In doing this too, we collaborated with the Forestry Commission to involve ourselves in some of the emission reduction programs.
We'll bring you more from that conversation ongoing at Suhum in the Eastern region. These and more with me, Ofori. This is Joy News, independent, fearless, and credible. This afternoon, a Ghanaian PhD student on government scholarship in the United Kingdom, Joy News is learning, has to seek asylum in another country for fear of deportation. That's not all. 15 other students across universities in the UK are also on a red list for imminent deportation as a result of government's failure to pay their fees in time. As at the end of July 2025, the Ghana government owed excess of over 700 million cedis in scholarship debt to various universities across the world. The situation is now leading to universities expelling these students, as some are prevented from registering their courses. We'll go live to the UK shortly for the latest, but first, listen to the president of the UK PhD cohorts under the Ghana Scholarship Programme, Prince Komla Bansa, share the ordeal with Elton Broby on the Pulse on Tuesday.
Currently, we have about 110 students, and approximately 15 or 17 are actually on the red list, which means they are potentially facing deportation because they've been withdrawn from their schools, and some of them has been suspended. And so they do not even have access to the university portals, so they cannot even submit their thesis. Obviously, there's a gentleman whose deportation is right today, and I've been following the issue for a very long time. There hasn't been a forthcoming. Friday, I had to put more pressure. Monday was a bank holiday in the UK. So today, back and forth, I was going, and fortunately, they managed to remit the money to the school. But now the school is saying that they've given him enough time and that he definitely have to leave the country. So I'm still pressing some buttons to see how we can assist this particular student. The issue is that the administrator of the scholarship has to understand one thing. The point is that the operational mechanisms of the UK institutions are completely different from Ghana. So if the Home Office issued a visa withdrawal for anyone, that means that the person has to leave the country. It doesn't matter whether you pay the money or you don't pay. There are some schools that will say, okay, you have paid the money, so we'll write back to the Home Office.
Right.
But that also takes time for the Home Office to acknowledge those letters. And some other schools require you to reapply for a visa. In that case, if your visa expires, then it means you have to leave the country. So as we are speaking in terms of this gentleman now, he's going to be an overstayer after 23:59 this night. So you can imagine the situation in which he finds himself.
And that was the president of the UK PhD cohorts under the Ghana Scholarship Programme, Prince Komla Bansa. A welfare officer of the student body at the University of Aberdeen, Stella Mahama, also says students have been struggling for the past 36 months without stipends.
We are depending on family back home. A lot have exhausted family resources just because of the non-payment of stipends. And a lot out of the situation have also become very ill. I won't be able to tell whether this is something that was already, ongoing before, it became a bad situation. Some are going through, in fact, some cases are very terminal as we speak. So it's very, 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 very bad for us as students without, stipends being paid.
And we have the president of the UK PhD cohort under the Ghana Scholarship Programme, Prince Komla Bansa, on the line. Thank you for joining us on the Midday News. First, tell us, what's the status of this particular student who was due for deportation yesterday? Has he been deported?
Thank you very much, Pearl, for having me. If you can hear me very well.
I can.
Okay. So this student we are talking about, I have been in a constant conversation with him. As we speak now, he's in France en route to Ghana, so hopefully he should be in Ghana tonight or tomorrow, because apparently the money has been paid, but he's out of time. So that's the situation at the moment.
So just to be clear, he's been deported?
Technically, yes, because his visa has expired because of the non-payment of the fees.
So, Prince, have you been able to get in touch with any official from the Scholarship Secretariat or the Ministry of Education? And if yes, what have they been telling you?
Yes, so I've spoken to the registrar. He called me today. I've also I've been in constant conversation with the liaison officer here, actually. She's done quite well. She's been engaging me, and so, which is really good. The latest is that the university has sent a link to the gentleman to apply for reinstatement, and the gentleman has also shared the same form with me. But because his visa has expired, he has to come to Ghana and wait for them to generate a new card for him to be able to reapply for a new set of visa. So yes, the registrar and then the liaison officer have been in touch, and then they have also assured that they were going to address the 15 and the 17 cases that are still pending.
Okay, thank you very much, Prince Komla Bansa. He's the president of the UK PhD cohorts under the Ghana Scholarship Programme. Joining me in the studio now is my colleague James Aveji. You've been doing some checks with the Scholarship Secretariat. What more do we know?
Well, Pearl, what we picked up is what he just told us, that the Secretariat indicated that this particular student in question, his issue has been resolved, and that they are keenly working to resolve those of other students that are in question, especially those 15 that we are told have been put on red list. But the Secretariat insists that the student has not been deported. It is also unclear how much money the government has paid so far as the debt of 700 million Ghana cedi is concerned. And so that's what the little information we've been picking up from the Secretariat as far as the issue is concerned.
Thank you very much, James Aveji. And we have more on this because the former Minister of State at the Finance Ministry, Abna Osei-Asare, says government should allocate some resources to pay for these students.
I cannot speak for government, but what I can say is that it's about our priorities. I know there are a lot of equally important things that we need to do with the revenues that we raise.
Right.
But once we commit to send our citizens out there on scholarship, and out there things are not that easy.
Right.
And so,
and for 36 months, they've not been paid their stipend.
That's quite. And so, I think government should do its best to squeeze whatever resources that they have and place some at the scholarship secretariat so that they can also pay what is due these beneficiaries.
Okay.
You had former Minister of State at the Finance Ministry, Abna Osei-Asare. In other news, the Bank of Ghana has ordered the immediate halt of all unauthorized foreign currency pricing and transactions in Ghana. The directive signed by the Secretary of the Central Bank, Ayemi Kwashi, on behalf of the governor, reiterates that the Ghana cedi is the sole legal tender in Ghana and that any pricing, advertising or invoicing, receipts or issuance or payments in foreign currency, absent an explicit license from the Bank of Ghana, is prescribed by the Foreign Exchange Act 2006 Act 723. My colleague Elton John Brobe joins me in the studio with more. Elton, what more is the Bank of Ghana saying?
Well, the prohibited transactions include, but not limited to, school fees. Those who are pricing in dollars, they are refrained from doing so going for it from today. Sale and rental of vehicles, sale and rental of real estate, airline ticket, domestic contract, retail shopping, online sales, hotel accommodation. The statement clarified that foreign currency invoices may only be issued to expatriates, that's foreign nationals, or non-residents, with proceeds required to be paid into the foreign exchange account with a licensed bank. In addition, exchange rates opted or quoted on such invoices must reflect prevailing market rate of commercial banks and be benchmarked against the Bank of Ghana's published reference rate rather than being arbitrarily determined. And the bank has also issued a statement regarding new directives on how much you can have on you when you're traveling. The bank says that travelers are permitted to carry up to $10,000 or its equivalent in any other foreign currency and monetary instrument without declaration. Now, travelers traveling carrying more than $10,000 must declare such funds in full using the official foreign currency declaration form from the Custom Division of the Ghana Revenue Authority, indicating the source and purpose of the funds. Inbound travelers carrying amount above $10,000 must also present proof of declaration. Outbound travelers with more than $50,000 in any other foreign currency and monetary instrument must also declare the funds on Form FX5. In addition, attach the following required documents: endorse foreign exchange bureau's receipt, endorse bank slip evidence of withdrawal and purchase of foreign currency. Now, failure to do this can lead to fine or prosecution, and then also the seizure of the amount beyond the $10,000.
Thank you very much, Elton Brobe, with that statement from the central bank. Now let's take you to the Savannah region. And this afternoon, there is an easy calm in Benjeri, a farming community in that region where two groups have been fighting since Sunday. Many residents have fled the community despite security beef up and engagement by the IGP and other security chiefs. The community is now virtually a ghost town. More in the following report.
Came to Solar Town and returned to escort some people there. Yes. How many of you?
Residents in Kaba and part of the Solar Tuna, Kaba and Boli districts in the Savannah region continue to live in fear despite the deployment of 130 officers and enhanced security protocols. Joy News cameras caught up with some stranded residents on the Tuna Solar Highway, hoping to get vehicles to escape.
They said they have came and give their paper marks. They have give to tie on their houses and their hands. We too, we don't have it. Even though if we do it, but they will ask 2 questions about Wale and Bonji, and we don't also understand. So that's why we need help. We need help. That's why we are here. We want to move to different place So if it is cool small, so we come back. We need
Communities like Benyiri, Kaba, Tuna, Nasoyiri, and surrounding farming villages have been deserted. Checks indicate that tensions have escalated further after the Benyiri Chief Palace, his tractor, and other valuables were burnt, forcing the chief and his family to abandon their home. Inspector General of Police, Christian Tete Yohunu, has appealed to chiefs and residents to lay down their weapons and cooperate with security personnel to restore peace in the affected communities.
And let's get more on this. We have our Savannah regional correspondent, Isaac Nonya, on the line, bringing us the details. Good afternoon, and thank you for your time on the Midday News. So tell us about the situation there this morning.
Yes, regarding the tension and the level of suspicion, nothing has changed much. People are still moving out from the areas, and I would speak, they are still going on foot from Tuna, getting to Solar, and anywhere they can get to and get a vehicle.
We also do know that the Regional Security Council has issued some directives. Are you able to tell us what these directives are?
Yes, there were 3 clear directives issued by RESEC. One is for this DISEC to supply food items to the women and then children over there. 2, for the Ghana Red Cross Society to provide some kit tents to the over 200 displaced people at the police station there in Sola. And then the last one is for the 2 factions and then all groupings within their district, Sola Tunakaba district, relating to this violence or this clashes, to meet RESEC yesterday for them to have a roadmap to the peace in the area. I will speak. The food items were found supplied by the MP of the area, Mr. Andrew Chibote. We are just confirmed by the DC that based on the fund that the MP has sent, they just prepared some food in the form of rice and sent to the women, the victims, to give to their children, while they prepare more for their mothers who are still in the area. But this is limited to only Sola. I just asked the DC why they have not sent some to Tuna.
Okay.
And they said they are battling with a number of people over there, likewise Sola, and they will make provision, also give them some. But that of the meeting between RESEC and the factions, it didn't come on.
Okay.
And my sources on the ground is that the meeting will not be possible. RESEC, unless even if it goes to the ground to meet them, not all the groupings will be able to engage RESEC. Okay,
Isaac Nonya, thank you very much for giving us that update from the Savannah region. Let's stay on this and speak to security consultant Richard Commodore. Good afternoon. Thank you for your time on the Midday News.
You're welcome.
I'm sure you've heard what the reporter said and also the directives that have been issued. What do you think, from where you sit, the different strategies authorities should implement at this time to restore trust and ensure lasting peace in the region?
First of all, it's a safety breach, and that has created large-scale security issues for the communities. The IGC got into the area, increased the number, the killings have stopped. And so, in the area of security management, we can say that the police have managed to ensure that safety and security assurances have been provided to the people. When it comes to the mass movement into the holding area, the police stations are not meant for that, and there they cannot hold large numbers. Comfort for the people is the responsibility of NADMO and the Gender Ministry and all the others who have the resources and the capacity to support in that area. So I think in terms of strategy, we will need to move a little bit faster to ensure that those who took advantage of the vulnerability and created this mayhem are arrested. It will also be proper that because the communities are closer to nearby countries, security enhanced movements and monitoring along our border towns will also be a laudable strategy for the security. But by and large, communication, speaking to the people, authorities within the areas, community leaders must get to the front lines and address the issues. You must understand why they are moving towards a particular area. It's about food, and it's about comfort, and it's about they being afraid that they can be attacked at any time. So that is where we are.
Mr. Kumado, thank you so much for your time on the Midday News. You're listening to the Midday News from our studios here at Joy FM. Still to come, participants at the Joy News Climate Talk series on green cocoa processing, energy efficiency and waste management propose smart farming methods to reduce carbon emissions. We have that, including sports, shortly.
These climate smart cocoa practices involve agroforestry where shade trees are being grown on the farms. Cocoa thrives in mostly the forests, so we have to go hand in hand. In doing this too, we collaborated with the Forestry Commission to involve ourselves in some of the emission reduction programs.
In the morning, I brush my teeth with Kale Charcoal toothpaste. This gives me confidence all day.
Anytime you meet Amma, don't be surprised I smile showing my beautiful white teeth because I don't have cavity thanks to Kale Charcoal toothpaste for its natural charcoal properties. In fact, we are like twins. I can't go without my Kale Charcoal toothpaste.
That be why I dey use Kale Charcoal toothpaste morning and night when I dey go bed safe. It dey make my teeth white where it dey comot every scent from my mouth inside. My confidence level dey go up, so I dey show my 32 teeth all.
Introducing the Kale Charcoal toothpaste, formulated with activated bamboo charcoal powder, ensures whiter teeth and removes bad breath. The strong natural property of the activated bamboo charcoal removes bacteria, absorbs surface stains on our teeth caused by coffee, wines, and tobacco. Welcome, Kale Charcoal toothpaste. Kale Charcoal toothpaste, Sankofa Yenchi.
Kale, happy smile.
This advert is FDA approved.
Junior, your school bus will soon get here. Hurry up.
Mommy, my head is aching me and I'm feeling cold. Honey, Junior's temperature is too high and he feels feverish.
Oh, baby. So you didn't give him the Encamol paracetamol syrup that I gave you the last time?
Oh, no, I forgot.
Okay, you know what? It's not too late. Just give him Encamol and he'll be fine in no time. Encamol paracetamol syrup, a strawberry-flavored paracetamol syrup, and it's specially made for children aged 3 months to 12 years. It helps manage pain like headaches, teething pain, and fever. And guess what? Because of the strawberry flavor, the kids enjoy taking it.
I can tell from the way he's licking his lips. And look at how he's dumping around. Hurry up and go to school, Junior.
Yes, now you can get Encamol paracetamol syrup in all pharmacy shops. For bulk purchase, go to NK Pharma head office, Abelinkwe, or call 050-658-8315. This advert is FDA approved.
Wherever you are, the game is nothing without you. It's on like never before this season. Every major league, every cup, every qualifier, the players, Kudus, Semenyo, Iñaki, the goals, the emotions, and the bragging rights. It's all on SuperSport, available on DSTV and GoTV. Get your DSTV decoder at 89 cedis and GoTV decoder at 399 cedis. DSTV, your home of entertainment. Go TV. Love it.
The luckiest. Luck is everywhere. For everyone, yeah. The luckiest. Luck is everywhere. For everyone, yeah. Money we define every day and night. Mama, dada keep on hustling for the family. The luckiest. Last dance, everyone to hash. You can win some cash. You can be the luckiest with 1 CD, luckiest with 5,000. The luckiest, the teacher got the market woman. You can be the luckiest. Oh, the luckiest. Luck is everywhere for everyone. You can be the luckiest. The luckiest. Luck is everywhere, yeah, for everyone. Yeah. Everyone to hush. Luck is everywhere. Luck is everywhere. Oh, tell me, are you feeling lucky? Because I'm feeling lucky. Because I'm feeling like the ultimate. That we go win. If I win, you win. You could be the luckiest.
You're welcome back to the Midday News. It's time for sports, and Musbao Razak is here.
Yeah, well, the Ghana Football Association says that midfielder Thomas Partey is in top shape and the right frame of mind for Ghana's upcoming 2026 World Cup qualifiers. Now, the midfielder is scheduled to appear in court in London on September 2, having been charged with rape against 2 women and sexual assault against a third. Now, that date falls just 2 days before Ghana travels to Chad in their March Day 7 encounter. Here's the GFA's Communications Director, Henry Asante-Chum, explaining why the association went on to include him in the squad.
He's in the right frame of mind. He's in top shape. And so we think that being a senior player and then with his experience and what he brings to the table, we will need him in these 2 matches. We have supported all our players with the 100% pressure over here. He is aware, but of it,
So that's Henry Asante-Chum, Communications Director of the Ghana Football Association. So September 4, Black Stars will play Chad, and September 8, they'll play Mali here in Accra. That's all for sports.
Thank you so much, Musbah Razak, for bringing us the latest in the world of sport. Right now, Joe News editor Fred Smith joins me in the studio. We have some very important news coming in.
Yeah, it's coming from NITA, the National Information Technology Agency, and it's announcing that there's been a temporary service outage on the Government of Ghana email platform. And it's saying that the technical team has identified the issue and is working to restore full functionality as quickly as possible. And as a result of this, if you are communicating with government through email, it will be very difficult.
Thank you very much, Fred Smith, for that update. We'll take you to the Ashanti region, and traders at the Suame Post Office Market are counting their losses after a late-night fire destroyed over 100 shops. The blaze is reported to have started in the early hours of Tuesday, sweeping through the market and destroying goods worth millions of cedis. My colleague Nanaya Ojima has this report.
One of the victims of the inferno was unable to hold her tears upon noticing the harm caused by the fire. Another had already gone unconscious, realizing all sewing machines and cloth materials had turned into waste.
This is where my sister works as a seamstress. Everything is destroyed. All equipment and clothes are gone. She couldn't stand it when she came here, she said. Everything is destroyed. The few that we could salvage were not in the best of conditions. We need help, she says.
The market, which is directly opposite the Swami magazine, have shops which are warehouses for spare parts dealers. Vehicle engines and other parts costing millions of cedis are being cut from the fire-ravaged shops.
I
have lost everything to the fire. All goods I bought in last week have been destroyed. I couldn't sell one engine. I have lost more than 150,000 cedis. Is around $200,000.
Smoke continues to emanate from the pockets of fire within some of the shops. The fire service in the early hours of Wednesday continued to fight the inferno.
Nanaya Ojima sent that report from the Ashanti region. Now, it's a busy day at the headquarters of the New Patriotic Party as the party begins the process of welcoming flag-bearer aspirants for the filing of their nomination forms. The exercise sets the stage for what is expected to be a keenly contested race ahead of the party's flag-bearership election in January 2026. Well, so far, 5 aspirants, including the party's 2024 presidential candidate and former Vice President Dr. Balmia, have picked up forms and are expected to formally file their nominations in the coming days. We'll take you live to the NPP headquarters now, and my colleague Kenneth Jesse is there for us. Kenneth, bring us up to speed with events there.
Well, so as we speak now, we are waiting for the party's communication director, Rachel Akinyaba, to address that the addresses are going to be printed on the filing of the nomination from the flag bearer of post, and also the expansion of the electoral college to include former MPs, former parliamentary candidates, and former ministers. Also, we are expecting 2 persons to file their nominations, that's Kennedy Japon and Brian Echampo.
Kenneth Jesse, thank you for that report from the NPP headquarters. Now, stakeholders in the cocoa industry have agreed that reducing emissions in the operations will significantly contribute to sustainable environment. This came up at the Joy News Climate Talks, where Managing Director of chocolate producer Fair Afrique, Michael Mamonhalm, explained how his company has been able to shift from carbon emissions in their production in excess of 200,000 kilometers. Acknowledging the high cost of such a move, he, however, urged other producers to consider adopting similar measures, such as intense renewable energy and biodegradable packaging.
The reports actually show that even in 2025, year to date, the total amount of solar energy our panels have generated, even considering this state of weather, has been more than about 187,000 kilowatts. Now, this augments more than 30% to 45% of what we would regularly have had from the grid. Now, if you compare it to how much carbon emission we have saved, this is in excess of 200,000 kilograms of carbon dioxide that we have saved the environment. So, is it sustainable? Yes, to a large extent.
You hear the Managing Director of chocolate producer Fair Afrique, Michael Mamonhalm, speaking at Joy News' Climate Talk conference. And that's how we end the Midday News live from our studios here at Joy 99.7 FM. My name is Ofori. Good afternoon and thank you for your time.